magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids. Magnets, crystals, pyramids.
Welcome to Magnets, Crystals.
Peace, everyone. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah El Mosi Bey on Magnus Crystals Pyramid YouTube. We have a great show tonight. Silence is no longer an option. Standing for victims of human rights violations in Liberia. I am so honored to be one of the global coordinators of human rights and social justice for the Federation of Global Diplomacy. We're waiting for Ambassador Rahim Al-Abeid to come on. I'm going to hand over the mic to him. And he just arrived. The man of the hour. Rahim, I'm going to hand the mic over to you. This is Ambassador Rahim Al-Abeid.
Peace and love. Peace and love. First, like to give many honors and praises to Allah, to the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. Praises and honors to Brother Hank and the platform of Magna Crystals Pyramid and my team of ambassadors at Global Justice, Peace, and Human Rights Advocacy Network. Good evening, and everyone that has tuned in on YouTube and Facebook and from Africa. Greetings and peace and love. We are the Global Justice, Peace, and Human Rights Advocacy Network, Operational Armed Global Action Forces Network. Tonight we have with us Ambassador Prophetess Dr. Marie Scott Wilson. She is the Global Mentor, Peace, and Human Rights Advocate, humanitarian leader, social justice activist, writer, and prophetic author, voice for the voiceless. We also have with us Ambassador Latanya Davis. She is the Global Gender Coordinator for Human Rights and Social Justice for Peace. We have Ambassador Anthony Davis, the Global Creative Arts and Culture Coordinator for Human Rights and Social Justice for Peace. We have Ambassador Abdullah Il Talib Mosley Bey, Global Coordinator for Human Rights and Social Justice for Peace, and I myself, Ambassador Rahim Al-Abeid, Global Coordinator for Human Rights and Social Justice for Peace. Before we start, tonight's topic will be Silence is no longer an option, standing for victims of human rights violations in Liberia, the hidden pain of the voiceless exposing human rights violations in Liberia. And before we start, I will have Ambassador Latanya Davis and Ambassador Anthony Davis to give a few words.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to our special guests. Good evening to the people that's on. Good evening to all the ambassadors. Today we stand not just as speakers, but as voice for those who have been silenced in Liberia. Too many victims of human rights violations are suffering in silence. Children, women, and family crying out for justice. Silence protect pain, but truth bring freedom. Today we declare that silence is no longer an option. We must rise and speak and stand together for dignity, justice, and change. I yield.
Good evening, everyone. To our special guests, to all the ambassadors that's on and everyone that is tuning in. Um, there comes a time when silence becomes dangerous. That time is now. Across Liberia, voices are waiting to be heard. Victim of abuse, injustice, violence, and neglect. We cannot look away. We cannot stay quiet. Today we stand boldly to say enough is enough. Silence is no longer an option because every life matters, every voice deserves dignity, and every victim deserves justice. And I yield.
Gratitude, Ambassador Anthony and Ambassador Latanya Davis. We appreciate those words, and I agree. And to go off of piggyback, I mean, camelback off what you were saying, like that's why human rights advocacy matters more now than ever. Not only in Liberia, but across the world, but we're dealing with Liberia at the moment. Because many people are facing unlawful arrests, police brutality, government corruption, abuse of power, violations of due process, suppression of free speech. Many voices are being silenced while justice is just delayed for the people who need it the most. So, and like in Liberia, recent protests over jobs, economic hardships, injustice has exposed growing concerns about excessive force and unlawful detentions and violations of citizens and their constitutional rights. So across many nations, communities continue to suffer from misconduct, inequality, and systems that are often, they protect the hierarchy, the power, instead of protecting the people. And today across Liberia and throughout the world, but especially Liberia, people are being denied dignity and fairness, due process, and the basic human rights, and citizens are being silenced for speaking out. You have peaceful protesters are being met with force and instead of solutions. So these communities are asking for justice while systems are built to protect the people are too often not protecting them. So, but I don't want to hold y'all too long. If y'all have to go, I can excuse you. Thank you very much for your word.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you. The prophet is dropped off. Are other guests are coming on? Other the survivors, the victims, or the victims rather.
From my understanding, the victims, and as we're going, if there's people that would like to tell their story, that they'll be coming on.
All right. So prophet's dropped off. What happened? Brother Hank, is she backstage? Trying. Did she text you anything? All right, she's back. All right. Prophet, you got that light in the back. You want to close that shade. Close that window. Close that shade. That light is the window. You have that the curtain. Pull the curtain. The block behind you. Behind you. The curtain behind you. You want to close it. You hear me, prophetess? What's going on? She's not able to hear. I think this was issue before. Just wanted to see. Wait till she comes back. So we have, once again, those who are just joining us. The topic is silence is no longer an option, standing for victims of human rights violations in Liberia. I was asked, I was asked, how would my position, along with Rahim Allah Bey's position as global coordinators for human rights and social justice for the Federation of Global Diplomacy and our connection with GFAM, how would that aid in the Moorish plight here in North America? And what's our purpose of taking such on a position? My response is by networking with others in different parts of the world, and particularly here with our brothers and sisters in Liberia. You know, it shows that we are in solidarity and we stand with others in different parts of the world. This tonight, in case Liberia, that by expanding our networking and connections globally with this position, you have the African Unification Summit coming up in September and November. And in Liberia, 36 countries have already signed on to the summit. So it actually expand our Rahim Allah, Ambassador Rahim Allah Beys, as well as our outreach and network and support base, and also extending, showing the world that we are open to extend our support to our brothers and sisters in Liberia and other parts of the world, that we're open to extend our voice and collaborate and working together and networking with our brothers and sisters in different parts of the world. And so that was my response to that. We're going to wait. I don't know what happened with Prophetess again.
All right. I'll just say a couple of things. Like, so tonight we have we're supposed to have some of the victims of the MCC, Monrovia City Corporation, where there was a case involving 9 employees who was dismissed of the Monrovia City Corporation, and that became a major political and human rights controversy in Liberia during 2024. So, like, according to the multiple Liberian news reports, the employees were removed from their positions after allegations that they used social media to criticize the president, Joseph Okai, and other government officials. So the dismissals reportedly followed directives and public comments from, Josiah Jokai, who is the head of the Civil Service Agency, the CSA. So the issue sparked intense debates across Liberia because critics argue that the dismissals violated constitutional protections for freedom of speech and political expression. And several lawmakers, civil society voices, and opposition figures described the actions as unconstitutional, politically motivated, and lacking due process. So a little on Monrovia City Corporation and their what they do for Liberia is they're the municipal government responsible for administering and managing the city of Monrovia, Liberia's capital. It oversees urban planning, sanitation, waste management, and public works, serving as the primary local authority for the city governance and development. The governance and structure of MCC, Monrovia City Corporation, operates under Liberia's Ministry of Internal Affairs and is led by a mayor appointed by the president of Liberia. The corporation's departments manage essential urban services, including health, environment, and community affairs. It works closely with local and international partners to improve infrastructure and living conditions. Urban services and initiatives, a major focus of MCC is maintaining cleanliness and public order in Monrovia. The corporation runs waste collection, street cleaning, and environmental awareness programs. It also issues business permits, oversees local markets, and enforces city ordinances to enhance public safety and hygiene. Development and partnerships, they collaborate with international organizations such as the United Nations Development Program, the World Bank, and NGOs, to implement urban renewal and sustainability projects. Key initiatives including waste to energy efforts, green space restoration, and capacity building for municipal staffs. The role in civic engagement, the cooperation facilitates citizen participation through community meeting and outreach programs. It promotes civic responsibility, engaging residents to engage in neighborhood improvement and environmental management, strengthening Monrovia's resilience and urban identity. So that's a little bit about what the Monrovia City Corporation does, where these 9 employees were employed at, who were unlawfully dismissed from their positions and they suffered injustices. The employees are publicly identified in their reports. They stated that the total 9 employees through all their names were publicly released in articles based for giving the dismissals with termination letters reportedly accused the workers of engaging in dangerous and destructive social media campaigns, insulting the president and government officials, damaging the image of the MCC and the Liberian government. And one report letter stated that the employees' actions were incompatible with their official role at MCC. The case became controversial because critics argued the workers were dismissed without proper investigation and disciplinary hearings. The actions violated Liberia's constitutional protections of freedom of speech. The dismissals appeared politically targeted because many of the employees were reportedly supportive of the opposition Congress for Democratic Change. So with that being said, I'm not sure, Brother Hank, is there anyone in the backstage, any of the victims, so I can introduce them and start moving forward, having them tell their stories of the injustices that they've been facing? Brother Hank, is anyone in the backstage? Brother Hank. Gratitude. Did y'all hear what I was saying? Are we any of the victims are backstage? Or do you know of any of the victims are coming on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, there are some of them having technical difficulties, so that is the hold up, but they're having some challenges, but they should be joining. The locations are challenging. They are not in the US, they are in Africa, so they are having some serious challenges. That is what's going on right now.
Bow for this. And
Yes.
close your window, close your curtain.
Okay, all right.
It's
Just
too
a minute.
bright. It's too bright. You close your curtain or change your position. Yeah, Hank said nobody else is back there, Raheem. Backstage.
Is it better now?
All right, let me see. Yeah, it's better.
Okay, thank you.
You still have it. It's better. I mean, you know what? You know what? Nah, it's better, but it's not right. Just got to close it. Can you close it all the way?
That's the best I can do for now. We on live, so that's all I can do. We just gotta manage. Is it
No,
disturbing
it's
you? Is
yeah,
reflection? Oh, okay.
yeah. It's not. Yes,
Uh,
yes.
um, Prophetess, you got to turn. You got to turn around and face the window.
Okay.
Have your face the window.
All right.
You just can't pull that dark part of the curtain across.
I solved the problem. I just move. This is it.
All right. Yeah. That way, it's not that light doesn't. It's not behind you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, they are having some challenges, network problems. So I received text messages, having network, and each time, yeah, just a minute. Purchase.
All right. Peace, everyone. Gail Burton, 6584. Trinity Davis Floyd. Ambassador Trinity Davis Floyd. In the house, in the building. Defin Bay, peace. So she said that they're having technical difficulty in getting on. Difficulty getting on. She's still all right. She froze. Raheem,
Yeah.
all right.
So when y'all dropped off, I gave a little breakdown of the corporation that the 9 employees were working for.
All right.
Also gave a little breakdown of the reports of why the employees were removed from their position and what was being said as the point of the allegations that they use social media to criticize the president.
Yeah, I saw. I was
Now,
there. I was in when you said that. Yeah.
yeah, so now it's just bringing them in to actually speak on their issues, but I don't want to move forward and read their issue if they're going to come on and speak about it, because I can read the letters
Uh,
that
I,
we
I
that
would
we
I would recommend you start to read some, but we cannot just keep the audience waiting. So you can start, and then when they elaborate that way, the audience will be familiar with what the stories are. So I would recommend you could start, at least, if you don't mind. Thank you.
so as Human Rights Advocacy Network, we get these issues and injustices that come to our attention, and we're here to address it and give exposure. So one of the issues with a personal statement from Boy Kokoi, pardon if I don't pronounce the name correctly, the former revenue agent supervisor, Monrovia City Corporation, as I just spoke of. He was one of the people that were dismissed. And his letter reads, on August 13th, 2024, my life changed forever. That morning, I woke up to the shocking news of a press conference held by the Minister of Information alongside the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Mr. Josiah F. Jokai. During that conference, 9 of us employees of the Monrovia City Corporation were publicly accused of insulting the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai. We were described before the entire nation as dangerous individuals and enemies of the state. In that same press conference, the director general openly called the mayor of
Raheem,
Monrovia.
hold on, Raheem. We day somebody backstage. I just at the end they chat. They might not have the right. I am back. This is Fade in Matequa. I am
Massaquoi,
backstage.
Massaquoi.
Matequa. I am
Yes,
backstage. Connie, bring me on.
yes,
This
that's
was a
fine. Yes.
minute ago. He just put. I came in a minute ago. All right, there we go. Two. All
Okay,
right, right
gratitude,
on. Thank you. Thank
gratitude,
y'all.
gratitude.
Welcome, welcome, both of you. It is an honor. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Iltale Mosi Bey. As I am the host of Moorish Monday, it is an honor. Thank you for coming on. Uh, we stand in solidarity with both of you. Great honors. Raheem, you have the floor.
Yes, again, it's great honors, many blessings, and many praises. As I was explaining before, we have an issue that came across the Human Rights Advocacy Network, which was a case involving 9 employees dismissed from the Monrovia City Corporation. So as today we have the voices to speak out. We have one of the victims of that situation, of that incident. Pardon. And I would like to bring to the floor Brother Fode and Masakoi. Pardon if I pronounce your name wrong, bro. Oh, he's back now. Yes, Brother Masakoi. Pardon if I pronounce your name wrong, Brother Masakoi. Can you have the floor?
Thank you. Let me begin by extending.
Your volume's low. Is that? Can y'all hear? I,
Yeah, are you getting me now?
We are hearing you. Just get a little bit audible. That's all. But we are hearing you.
Let me begin by
We're
extending.
not hearing you right now. We are not.
yeah, you're very low.
Okay, so I said let me begin by extending greetings to every one of you.
That's better. Greetings. Yes, greetings.
Let me say thank you to every one of you for all of the hard work, being a human rights advocate and activist to ensure that the right and dignity of other people are
Your volume
respected.
dipped. It dropped. It was. See, what's
To show that the right and
all right.
privileges of other people are respected is a very great job. My name is Fode Massacre.
I'm not hearing.
I am honored to be here today to share with you my story.
I hear him, prophetess. He's fine. You can go ahead. Yes.
To share with you my story of the political persecution that I face in Liberia. But it's not just unique to me, it is also unique to so many other people. So I look forward to a fruitful conversation. Thank you very much.
Do you want to tell your story to the audience?
Definitely. Definitely. So I'm Fode Massacre. I am the first and eldest child of 6
I don't know.
sisters.
I'm not hearing.
He sounds no, but see if you can turn your volume up. I can hear you, but it's not very audible. Honest.
My volume is up. My volume is
Yeah,
up to the highest.
he said he can't turn it. All right, let me go to the. Brother, we have technical difficulties. That's one.
My volume is up to the highest. You
All
can hear
right,
me clear now.
Hank, hold on. Hank, Raheem is backstage. Prince dropped off too. All right, Prince is back. Raheem should be coming back on. All right, there we go. I can hear you, but it's not loud though. Prince, say something. Let me hear your volume.
All right. Hello. Are you getting me? Hello.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, you're fine with your volume.
Peace. What I can do is I can read his personal statement if you like, since you can't hear him.
I mean, we can hear him. Just say something, brother. For the
I heard him. It's
I
not
heard
loud,
him.
but I can hear him.
Yeah, he can hear him. Go ahead, brother. Yes.
So like I said, it is a very good thing to have this opportunity.
I'm not hearing nothing.
To share.
I hear him, prophetess. We hear him. We hear him. But
yeah.
I'm not hearing nothing.
I'm hearing you clearly. My volume is up to the highest.
You're fine. There's something wrong with her phone. You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead. There's something wrong with her phone. That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just go off, come back in. Dr. Scott Wilson, just go off and come back in. You'll be good.
You want to try him? Try that. I try that for though. That might help to get it a little louder.
Yeah, 40 is okay. I think 40 volume is okay. But Dr. Scott Wilson, what you can do is that just go off and come back in, and you'll be good. But 40 is
you also have to understand he's on headphones, so.
I know. Well, he doesn't need to be on headphones to listen. That's for listening, right?
When you're speaking, it's gonna come through the headphone.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad. Thank you. Yeah, he's on head. Yes.
Yeah. So he can continue.
He can continue. Yes.
So, as I was saying, I'm the eldest son of a family of 6 girls. I'm the only boy child. I'm also a young father of a very beautiful daughter. I'm a student activist and advocate. Currently serve as the national chairman of the CDC Council of Patriots. So the CDC Council of Patriots is a political civil rights group that advocate for the less fortunate.
Hey, Raheem, it's very low now. It was better.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Okay, I do what Prince suggests. Just go back out. Let's do what Prince suggests. Let's see if that works. Just go out and come back in. Brother, do you hear me? You want to go out and come back in? That might help. You're low though. That might help with the. Sometimes that works. It's just go back. Just leave and come back in. All right. Let's see what that works. It might be his internal volume. I might have to increase his internal volume because that happens at times with me. But we'll see when he comes back in.
Is the sound okay from my end?
Oh, you perfect. Yeah, you good. Prince, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, definitely. Again, let me just use this time to extend my thanks and appreciation to the team for such a wonderful opportunity. We live in a world where human rights and advocacy is becoming, one would say, scarce. Not many people want to get involved because of, the time and the threats that are involved with such. But we want to thank you people for what you are doing. Your work is not only for, black, white, purple, green, but it's for humanity as a whole. So for the fact that we have an opportunity on such a big and wonderful platform, we know that uh, our voices can get across to actors who have the opportunity to affect lives of people all around the world. And we are grateful to be here. So we want to say thank you for granting us this opportunity. It's something that we hold in high esteem. And we believe that this is a golden opportunity to tell the world where we are and the deteriorating condition, the human rights condition that is happening in our nation. So, for the fact that you've given us that opportunity, we want to say thank you. And we promise to make good use of this so that the world can hear our stories. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Honors, honors, honors. Brother Fado, Fade.
Yeah, you getting me now?
Yes. I think this is the
So
best we're going to get it. So go ahead, brother Fade.
I should go to the story?
Yes,
Thank you. So like I
you're
said
welcome.
earlier, I'm the only son of a family of 7, 6 girls, 1 boy, and I'm the oldest. So in Liberia, for us, we have an extended family. You will have your mothers, friends, your relatives. So when you are a man, to be fortunate to have a job, it becomes a blessing and a source of survival, not just for you, but for all the other extended family attached and associated with you. So I used to be a worker at the Morovia City Corporation in the advertisement unit, inspector, but I was unlawfully dismissed from my job on grounds and accusation that I criticized the government. So the CSA director, Joshua Joka, went to a state press conference authorizing the city mayor to dismiss me and 9 of my other colleagues. In my country, when you have been accused of insulting the president, it is equivalent to first-degree felony, because there is a history in Liberia of people who were accused of insulting the president, criticizing the president, one sent to kill. He died. He didn't just die, they killed him, killed his family. So just for the allegation of referring to a young man like me that because I criticized the government training has insult, it was equivalent to death. Just the allegation, it was equivalent to death. Then secondly, that led to the taking away of my job. So imagine, I was making something around 400. You work it out. We live in a country where 42% of the people in Liberia suffer from multidimensional poverty. According to the World Bank and the IMF, a daily money any citizen can achieve in this country for food is $2.15. That $2.15, it is not possible nor available for me now because I don't have job anymore. This as far back as 2024. I have family to feed, I have daughter to send to school, I have extended family, I have relatives. Even to eat, even to cook at home these days is very difficult. Some of us, we have lost our relationships. You know that Nowadays, if you have a partner, you are a young man, you don't have job, you cannot afford, these things are difficult. They all bow down to a government that saw criticism as threat. But the government didn't just stop there. In 2024, that was only the beginning. Also, on April 14, 2026, I also went out to march for job and justice. Like I said, 90% of Liberians are jobless. There's no job. In a country that there is no job, it leads to extreme vulnerability. So as youth advocate, we thought it was to put out, to call on our government, we say, Mr. President, you promised to create job when you were in opposition. So we think we want job and justice. As a matter of fact, when it comes to justice, the current Liberian National Police, they have killed more innocent Liberians than malaria. The other day, there was a Kinjo massacre. Group of miners gathered to demand better living conditions in Kinjo. These people were shot. The 3 human beings were shot to death instantly. The other day, a pregnant woman was arrested, taken to police station. The police officer beat the pregnant woman to death. The other day, a 16-year-old boy in Banjo, Favor, his hair was shot, live bullet shot in his brain. He died instantly by police officer Burma Masere. So the injustices in the country continue to escalate. So we say no. We went to the government to ask for justice and job. What did the government do? Instead of any serious government that will allow people to express themselves, Article 17 of our Constitution support that citizens at all times will have an opportunity to gather, to petition their government. We're very peaceful. What the government did, because I'm a critical voice, because I'm fully massive, because I'm the national chairman of the CDC Council of Petra, a group that advocates for almost all Liberian people. The government ordered my arrest. I was arrested. I was stripped naked. I was treated like a common criminal for no crime, only because I'm for the massacre. As I speak to you, since after that arrest, I started to reach out to people in the private sectors, even to get jobs. I did a live also to get food money to eat. It's not possible. You know why? Because we have been declared as political prisoner in our own country. When you are a critic of the government go into the private sector to manipulate people against you. These things are scary. But you see, it's not just about me. It's also about the thousands of other young people who believe that when they express themselves, they cannot get a job. It's not just them. It's also about the over 4,500 women and boys who have been raped. As I speak to you, there is a 15-year-old boy, Little Hassan. He was sodomized by 3 men. 1 man had been caught, other 2 men yet to be seen. Injustices continue to permeate all across the country. You know what is shaking it? We have a president who is basically running around a wars. The other day, the president was in America to take peace award. But this is the president who cannot make peace with even us. The ordinary citizen, he cannot make peace with us. But he's around getting peace award. So, for some of us, we are living in a country where we cannot go in the public, because when you go in the public, you can either be stealing, you can be beaten, you can be wounded, but government support us. Our only crime is because we are asking for justice, we are asking for job, we are holding the president accountable. So this is scary. So I'm very grateful to be here today, but this is not just about me, this is about thousands of other people. I'm only talking here to you now because of the camera. On April 14, I could have been killed. That was the clear-cut instruction. It's not just me. So many other critical voices have been jailed. Opposition political figures have been jailed in the country. Young people have been jailed. Women have been jailed. Pregnant women have been killed. Nothing happened. So today, my presence here is a message and a wake-up call to every one of you. Do not just see it as a photo massacre. I want you to see it as a young man who might be killed any moment because he's holding his government accountable. You as human rights Africans, have a duty to advocate for us. It might be us today, but who knows? Your family indirectly might also be affected because it is about humanity. So thank you very much. We look forward to your intervention that will help us to redeem this country, especially when it comes to humanity. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Can, can I come in?
Yes. Yes, Prince.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as I'm listening to our brother Fode, he talked about the threat on his life, according to what he said. So, what I want to understand here, and I want for the audience to understand, is that how severe is this threat that you're talking about? Uh, According to you, there are people who have been victimized, who criticize the government. So, in your case, you've been somebody who used to work in government and, was more like dismissed because of your critical stand. Tell me, how severe is this identical threat? Is it going just beyond you? Is it affecting other people? I mean, in your cycle, in your family? I mean, tell us, how severe is the threat on your life?
Firstly, the economical meltdown. Like I said, you used to make 400 USD, now you make absolutely $0. So even to eat, it becomes very difficult. But it's not just about me. Like I said, I'm a father. I have a child to feed. I have a relationship with fiance. I have family. My parents are now working. I'm the one who should be working. So one is the severity is the economical meltdown. That's not just all. The psychological and emotional effect. You wake up in the morning, you go to your late hustle. Now you sit home whole day not doing nothing. It's very psychological. It's emotional. And the third one is the stigmatization. You have been stigmatized that you are an opposition figure, that these are the people who can criticize the government, people are pointing fingers at you. That's the third one. The fourth one is for the fact that you have been arrested by the government on political allegations in the country. You become a threat to national security. You become a threat because many a times in the community you have people NSA security officer who come around to be asking you for the massacre living in this community. Who knows? You might be sleeping, someone knock on your door. This country is vulnerable. This country is vulnerable. In the last 3 years, there have been over 600 plus mysterious deaths in the country. Mysterious deaths so frequent, even officers who are in the barrack. Officer Satama lost on the barrack. We all know about Bobby Money. Bobby Money, who the government claimed shot himself 5 times in the air. So if officers can be killed, if officers can die mysteriously in the barrack, what about me? No security, no economic power, families are vulnerable. It's not just affecting me alone. My families, my relatives, when someone identified that there is holding water, the regime people can attack you. So the severity is economical, it's psychological, it's stigmatization, and the threatening, insecurity, and this is just sad. It's very worrisome.
Hmm. Wow.
Prince,
Yes, sir.
you wanna comment?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you again. As I said, this is a unique platform where the voices of the ordinary people can be heard. Those who do not have the opportunity to, maybe the connection of going on BBC or going on CNN and going on all these other big platforms, so-called names. This is the place that cater to the views and the trauma of people. Like as he explained, we are also in the business of advocacy. And I just want to point a light to a very troubling situation in Liberia relative to human rights and the abuse of the rule of law. The county that I am from, Grand Cape Mount County, was established in 1839 the Grand Cape Mount County played a very pivotal role back in the 1800s when free slaves from the United States of America was being transported to Africa, basically in Liberia, where they were to establish a home for themselves. So the county that I'm from, the Grand Cape Mount County, they played a very, very pivotal role, thereby hosting most of those, let's say free slaves, that went back to Africa. And the county is very rich with minerals, very rich in minerals. You talk about gold, we have it in abundance. You talk about the cultural diversity, we have it in abundance. In fact, Grand Cape Mount County is one of those counties that have, the natural beaches in the world. I mean, in the world, where people even go for surfing and stuff like that. So it attracts so many tourists. I mean, it used to be an attraction center of most international tourists. And we have a mining company in Grand Cape Mount County called the B Mountain. The B Mountain, as per the records, produce about somewhere around $1.6 billion of gold every year. Every year, the B Mountain produce $1.65 billion of gold. So $1.6 billion of gold is extracted from the county that I am from, Grand Cape Mount County. So there is this thing called the social contract that is signed when a mining company signs an agreement. There is this agreement they have called the social corporate responsibility. That is the area that you do your mining in. I mean, those counties that they are mining, whether it be a gold or whether it be a diamond, there are certain responsibility that the company is supposed to fulfill in those counties. Like, for example, Mount County that I'm talking about, the Grand Cape Mount County, the company is supposed to ensure that the schools that are there, I mean, public schools, that they help those public schools to meet up to maybe international standard, that we have those materials like you're talking about library, laboratory, etc., etc. You're even talking about the hospital. They have in that contract that they are supposed to help with the health sector. Because remember now, they are taking about $1.65 billion of dollars from the county. And that amount is just every year. I mean, every year is what they are taking. So of recent, about 2 years ago, the people of the county of Grand Cape Mount County decided that since this company has been operating in Grand Cape Mount County since 2013, unfortunately, we have not received the dividends of what we are supposed to receive, like helping, build our roads, build the hospitals and the schools, and even give our children scholarship. And you've been operating since 2013, taking from our county every year $1.6 billion of gold, $1.65 billion of gold. So the people of Grand Cape Mount County decided that there is a need for them to kind of like, do a civil reminder to the company and also to the government, calling the government to intervene, because the public school that we have in Grand Cape Mount County, one of the public, in fact, all of the public schools, they are not even worthy of a public schools. They don't have a reading room. I'm not even talking about library or laboratory. We don't even have a reading room. The schools are in deplorable conditions. When you enter the school, you can't even stay there for 1 hour because the air is so polluted. So the people decided to remind the government in a peaceful manner. Say, well, we have a social corporate responsibility, and the company is supposed to do this for us. They are supposed to do X, Y, and Z. While the people assemble to petition the government and to also ask the company to at least fulfill those promises, the government unleashed state security on them from the Liberian National Police. And there was a live bullet that was fired. From the report, about 5% was dead. The police shot and killed 5 persons in Grand Cape County, wounding several of our people and causing the county to go helter skelter. As we speak, there has been no investigation conducted. That happened in 2024. As we speak, there has been no investigation conducted. Nobody was brought to book for killing those people. As we speak, the company is still mining, and the conditions of the people continue to remain in a very dire state. They continue, in fact, the condition is even worsening on a daily basis. But what even concerns us more is those lives or those people that were massacred. And up to now, we are yet to get a report from the government. As we speak, it's all on the website. The United States State Department did a report on that, and other international, organizations did a report on that. So it's concerning. And more besides, the human rights situation in Liberia is deteriorating. And the reason why this platform is very important to be able to express those things is because this is one of the biggest platforms we have in the United States of America. And most of those who are government official, these are people who have their family, their children, properties here in the United States of America. Most of these people, they are more like, either resident or they have family members here in the United States. And there's the reason why we believe that this platform can be able to amplify the voice of the ordinary people. Like my brother Fode was saying, Fode do not have the opportunity to even go on big platforms in Liberia because the government is going to block him. In fact, the government will say, they will call these stations and say, do not allow him to speak. If he even want to put issue in the newspaper, they will also stop him from even writing certain article in the newspaper. They will call because they have the influence. It is government, they can do whatever they want to do. So there's the reason why this platform is very, very important, because it's not only speaking to the local population, it's speaking to an international, a wider branch of people. It's speaking to the EU, it's speaking to the United States of America, it's speaking to just people across the globe. So these are just some of the deteriorating conditions that we are experiencing in Liberia. And the United States of America that we reside in, that this very big platform is a part of, spent enough money to bring us where we are. If you may be, I'm very sure you are aware that Liberia, we fought almost 14 years of civil war. And the United States played a very pivotal role to ensure that the hostility was ceased or that we have peace. And to see at this time that those things that led to the 14 years of civil unrest continue to happen, then it means that we will have to cry to the United States through this platform. We have to cry to the United Nations through your platform. We will have to cry to the European Union through this platform. We will have to cry to other bigger international institutions that they must intervene in Liberia, because if care is not taken, we are afraid. With the way things are going, if it continues this way, in the next maybe 2 years to come, we are afraid. It's something that we don't want to say because we experience it and we know how deadly it is. But if nothing is done, we are afraid that Liberia will deteriorate and will get back into a war situation, because we are experiencing everything that we experienced before we went back to the war. That's what we are experiencing currently in the country. To see a young man being denied of opportunity to live, which is the fundamental right of every human being, the right to life, that he is denied. He is living in fear. He cannot move in certain area. He cannot associate with his friends. His family has been stigmatized. He got kids, and his kids now are to some extent in the schools. They are hiding. They are afraid, because when they are identified as maybe daughter or sons of Fode Massacre, they are almost like being ostracized in the school. So it's sad, Ambassador. It's sad. It's very sad, and this is the
Yes.
reason why
Yes.
we're grateful for this platform.
Okay. Gratitude. Yes. I wanted to read his letter just in case everyone wasn't able to hear him. I wanted to read his letter so they can understand the seriousness of what he's been facing. So I'm gonna do that just in case everyone wasn't able to hear him. My name is Fode Masakwai. I am the oldest and only son among 6 sisters, a young father struggling to protect his family, and a youth advocate who chose to dedicate his life to defending ordinary people in Liberia. I serve as the national chairman of the CDC, Council of Patriots, CDC, COP, a political civil rights movement committed to speaking for the voiceless, confronting corruption, demanding justice, and resisting bad governance. But today I'm a prisoner in my own country. My suffering did not begin with violence. It began with my voice. In August 2024, I was unlawfully dismissed from my job at the Monrovia City Corporation simply because of my political opinions. That job was not just employment to me, it was the lifeline for a family of more than 10 people who depend on me daily for survival. My 6 sisters, my daughter, and relatives all look to me for support. Overnight, because I criticized government policies that contradicted my conscious and democratic beliefs, I became an enemy in the eyes of those in power. I was accused of insulting the president simply for exercising my constitutional right to speak. No evidence, no investigation, pure lies were used to unlawfully take away my job. Since that day, my life has become a nightmare. Government supporters have openly threatened my life. Doors that once welcomed me are now closed. Private employers are afraid to hire me because they fear political retaliation. Friends keep their distance. My name has become dangerous to associate with. In Liberia today, being critical of the government can cost you your livelihood, your dignity, and even your life. But even in fear, I continue to speak for the suffering masses of Liberia, the unemployed youth, poor market women, forgotten communities, and citizens whose voices are ignored. Then came April 14th, 2026. That day changed my life forever. I joined a peaceful protest to demand jobs, justice, and accountability, rights guaranteed under the Constitution of Liberia. Instead of listening to our cries, state security forces responded with brutality. And this was he was speaking of. I was beaten without mercy, stripped naked in public humiliation, and unlawfully arrested like a dangerous criminal. My only crime was demanding a better future for my people. And I wouldn't say that was a crime, my bro, but my only crime was demanding a better future for my people. The scars on my body are painful, but the wounds on my soul are even deeper. Today I live in constant fear. I am hunted because I refuse to be silent. State security continues to monitor and target me because I am a critical voice against injustice. My safety is no longer guaranteed in my own homeland. I cannot sleep peacefully. Every strange moment feel like it's danger. Every knock on the door could be the moment I disappear forever. Yet the cruelest part of this persecution is poverty. Because I have been politically blacklisted, I struggle daily just to feed my family. Even escaping into exile feels impossible because survival itself has become a battle. I'm trapped between political persecution and economic hardship. And I'm not asking the world for luxury. I'm asking for protection. I'm asking for solidarity. I'm asking for democratic nations, international human rights organizations, civil rights groups, and defenders of freedom to pay attention before it's too late. If the international community and human rights advocates remain silent, Another voice for democracy in Liberia may be permanently silenced. I fear that I could be killed at any moment because I dared to criticize those in power. But despite the fear, I still believe in justice. I still believe the world can hear the cries of oppressed people. And I still believe that no government should punish a citizen for speaking the truth. My life is in danger, my family is suffering, and I urgently need international assistance before it's too late.
Mm. Whew.
Wow.
Wow. May I come in, please?
Yes, yes, Ambassador.
Ooh. Mm. I don't know how any of you guys feel about hearing that, but that's touchy and it's serious. By the way, if you notice, he's not here right now
Yes.
because of some other technical difficulties. Doing my one-on-one interview with him, he kind of talk about it here. But the sorrowful thing that he's saying, people may see him on live and all that. But this young man, I'm kind of a little bit emotional, but you got to bear with me. It's just sad to see that another human being treated so badly for this period of time, and nothing is being done about it. And it started to look like it's the normal thing. It is not. That is not normal. For you to be treated in such a manner that you've been accused, but haven't yet been brought to questioning for all this while. And everything he came here and said, and I'm glad that you read his story also for others that couldn't understand because he was a little bit lower in volume. But this young man right now is not stable. It's not just him alone. Every one of them. And others that are not part of them. Others who don't have this opportunity to speak right now. He is not normal. His whole life had changed. It is sad. I mean, to see such thing happen to someone who exercising their constitutional rights. Now, I'm not saying people should go out there insulting leadership or, you know what I mean? But even if someone has said such thing that they are now being accused of, that still give nobody the right to treat them in such way. That is a serious human right violation. This person is a fear for their life. He said it. He afraid for his life. Everything right now around him being traumatized. That you don't know anytime someone will attack you or your loved one. Like in America here, the normal thing is immediate family is what they consider as family. In Africa culture, we don't believe in immediate family. We go beyond immediate family. You know, I mean, he may be young, but he's a breadwinner for his family. I mean, his uncle, his aunt, his nieces, his nephew. That's our culture, and we respect that. So this is sad, and I will rest for now. And I know that other human right entity organization in Liberia, some of them are intimidated, some of them are not part of the government, so they don't speak up. It is your right to speak up. We are here, like I always say, we are here to work with every government, but the truth must be told. Anything that is against human right violation, we will speak about it, and justice must be served. I rest for now.
Yes, gratitude, Ambassador. Brother Abdullah, you have any words before we move forward?
Yes, we have two others that have joined us. Uh, for the viewers, I greatly appreciate y'all for joining us. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Let people know that we're on live and direct. Greatly appreciate Brother Hank for his support. Once again, those who are just joining us, today's topic is silence is no longer an option, standing for victims of human rights violations in Liberia. Raheem, you want to introduce both of ours, those I
Yes,
guess who
as I mentioned previously, that we will be having three of the victims
yes.
of the Monrovia City, the MCC, dismissed three of the nine employees that were dismissed from the corporation, the Monrovia City Corporation. And we had Brother Fade Matakoy, and now we have, forgive me if I pronounce your names wrong, Brother Boy Kokoy and Alpha G Gray. We want to welcome you. If we would like to introduce ourselves, one Brother Kokoy first, and then Brother Gray, and then we can go into your stories. Brother
Right.
Boy,
Am I clear?
Yeah,
yes, we
you
can
loud
go.
and clear, brother. Yes.
We can hear you.
Right. From my end, I would like to say good morning to all of you on the show. And I want to say thank you for the
We're not hearing you.
opportunity. Am I clear?
You're loud,
Very, very
brother. You
clear,
said
very clear.
Okay, okay.
you're fine.
All right.
Okay. From my end, I want to say good morning to all of you on the show. I want to say thank you for the opportunity given me to be able to air my story for the rest of the world to hear, follow, and know what is unfolding with us. Who are being deemed as people who supported the other side in our troublemaker in our own country. So I want to say thank you for the opportunity that afforded me, and thanks also for the assistance.
Pardon, was that Brother Boy Kokoy?
Yes,
Okay, appreciate the
this is
gratitude
Bob.
there. Uh, Brother Gray, you have the floor.
Thank you ever so much. Let me start off by firstly appreciating the Almighty God for reaching me this far. And I also want to extend my thanks and appreciation to each and every one of you distinguished men and Madam Scott for affording me the opportunity to appear on the show tonight to be able to explain my story. I mean, a very sad story. As a young citizen of the Republic of Liberia, who was politically persecuted for exercising my constitutional right as guaranteed under the 1986 Revised Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It's a privilege and an honor being on the show tonight to share platform with you guys so that you can be able to hear my story and that you will be able to communicate my message to some of your distinguished and erudite colleagues on the international platform and to know exactly what has happened to people like us and what is currently happening under the current administration in the Republic of Liberia. Sadly, I'm not in Liberia because I was being targeted. My life was under threat. And so I secretly escaped the country so that I can be able to have the opportunity to live. But as the conversation proceeds, you will hear my part of the story. I will explain in details how I left the country, what were the reasons for which I left the country. So I thank you so much for the opportunity, and I look forward to a more provocative conversation that will inspire people like us to be able to look forward to a better day ahead The opportunity that we did not have in our own country, Liberia, under the current administration, I believe with people like you giving us this platform, we can be able to have that opportunity. Thank you ever so much. And I appreciate you once more, and I once more appreciate the Almighty God. Thank you.
More than welcome. And we greatly appreciate you taking your time and considering the seriousness of this, that you took your time to be able to come to the platform and give us your story, knowing that it can be dangerous also. Brother Boyd, you have the floor. You can start with your story. Sure.
Again, thank you for the opportunity. I'm a young man, age 34. Grew up with my parents, poor people, doing hunting and fishing for daily bread. I got employed at the Monroe City Corporation. I got employed at the Moorish City Corporation by the former mayor. All I knew was to do my job on a daily basis from Monday to Friday. On the morning of August 13, 2024, I got up to a radio program held by the Ministry of Information. I then listened to the CSA Director General. Mr. Josiah F. Joker, on the platform of the Ministry of Information, quoting him. He instructed the mayor of Monrovia to dismiss non-Liberians. Among those non-Liberians, I was part. He deemed us as dangerous and destructive to the state. Liberians who are on social media and on the radio insulting the president. He then instructed the mayor to dismiss us with immediate effect. By 12 May day, no investigation, no question. I received call directly from the office of the mayor to appear. Upon my appearance at the office of the mayor, I received a letter of dismissal. In an attempt to ask what was my crime, without even reading the letter, they asked the Monrovia City Police to forcefully bring me down from upstairs, down out of the building. This is a sad story for me. As a young man with 2 kids, I got nowhere else to look for bread. I was brought down from the building with no question. So we had no one to ask what was our crime. It is the people in the radio show that we heard that informed us that our crime was we insulted the President of the Republic of Liberia. And so after a few days, I received a telephone call from the Liberian National Police inviting me. And so I was confused. Why are you inviting me? I was informed that I needed to go and clear my side of the story regarding the insults against the presidency. And so out of fear for my life, I had to relocate to several locations before I left the country. I began to receive calls from supporters of the current government, some threatening my life, social media posts, social media text messages, threatening my life, threatening my existence, threatening to go after my children, my family, and every other person connected to me. And so out of fear, I travel out of my country using one of the border points that I wouldn't want to mention here because who knows? They could go right back to 13 those borders. Tomorrow you will not have access to those places again to leave, or if you want to come back to the country. And so a few days later, I found myself in Freetown, Sierra Leone, using one of the border points without using my official name that is written on my passport. And so I went to Freetown without knowing anyone there, but I left my home because I felt that was the only place for survival. In Freetown, I slept in the open for several days without food. Several days in Freetown, I slept in the open without food. The struggle in Freetown cannot be overly emphasized, but anything that you know that can dehumanize human being, we went through it in Freetown. Mind you, now that in your country, you're not going to get people rendering just any assistance to you. You're not going to have people just rendering any assistance to you because these are not people you're familiar with. These are not people who know you. All right. I struggle for survival. I give up at some point in time. It is only God. Even up to today's date, it is only God that is still carrying me through. All right. Through some goodwill people, we were able to get food as the day passes by. We could not stay in Freetown. Again, in Freetown, we have received intelligent reports that the government was attempting to pursue us from Freetown so that we could be sent back to Monrovia. And so through the help of some goodwill people, like I said to you, I don't want to name people here who have been helping me in this process because number one reason could be government will also go after them. Government will go after their survivor. So I wouldn't want to endanger people who have been helping me in this process by mentioning their names here. And so, again, we had to leave Freetown through the Guinea border onward to Ivory Coast, and then I found myself in Nigeria. Again, in Nigeria, like I said to you, all the years, all the months, I was disconnected from my family, my two kids. I've been disconnected from them completely. My children have not feared what it takes to have father. They don't know father love. Simply because a government that should be protecting me have considered me a dangerous and destructive young man to the state. Without any question, without any form of investigation, they just throw that blanket accusation on us and they endanger our lives. Till date, we are still in Harlem and moving here and there. You can move freely. And so after several years being away in exile, the struggle intensified. This is not your home. This is not a place where you're doing business. This is not a place where you sit and people just work for their money and send for you. All right? No shelter, no food. So the only options I had was to secretly come back to my country to begin from where I stopped before I left. And since then I came back to the country, I do not have one location that I can sleep. My family here are even afraid to identify with me. Not friends, not even the church that I come from. The church that I come from are all afraid to identify with me. And so I'm like outcast in my community. All right. So if I sleep in one community today, tomorrow I have to relocate. Is this the kind of life we want to live in our own country? No. What is my crime? What have I done at age 34 to go through this kind of horrible things? Why would my government that should be protecting me be against me? And the only crime The only crime I know I've committed here is I supported a side that they didn't favor. Isn't this my constitutional right that you want to violate or you are violating? We've struggled a whole lot. All right? Send applications out. Nobody, no NGO, no private schools even want to take us. You can imagine how we're surviving. Like I'm surviving at the goodwill and pleasure of people who believe that I'm a human being and I should survive. But as a normal human being, no. This situation have traumatized me. I only eat to breathe air for the next day because the least mistake you even moving and somebody identify you in the community, they're like, oh, these are the guys who was insulting our president here. People throw jars, people throw mud, people even want to attack you physically. And so you don't move like normal human being. All right? There are a lot of things happening to us, particularly me. If care is not taken, we may just hear or see the worst. But things are very, very bad from the way the government have handled us, from the way the government have handled our situation, from the kind of false accusation they've leveled against some of us. I say to people, I am not the regular politician. I'm just one poor man's son who trying to find bread for my family. All right? If you want to take the bread, why can't you take the bread easily? You have to endanger my life and endanger my family. All right? You are happily living with your family. You are doing what you ought to do. What is wrong with the next man living with their family happily as well? You know, why all these targets? All right. It's so very pathetic for me. I just pray and wish that God will intervene into this situation. We've gone 2 years plus now into this matter. No understanding. All you hear on a daily basis is some kind of phone call coming to you as threat or some kind of social media post threatening your existence. I don't feel secure in my country, but again, this is where I have to live under that kind of atmosphere. I want to say thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the time.
Gratitude, brother. Boy, Kukai. Thanks for your story. Very unfortunate that you're dealing with what you're dealing with. And you haven't been afforded any due process, anything that proves that you have any involvement or did anything wrong. And definitely my heart goes out to you, and we will continue bringing awareness and fighting this fight with you. Brother Alpha G. Gray, would you like to have the floor now and tell your story? I will ask the questions after, but pretty much you gave us a real good breakdown of what you're dealing with, and my questions are really, you've asked them already, but I'll ask again at the end of this. And I would like the brother to have the floor. Great.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Rahim Bid, and thanks to Mr. Prince Sheriff, thanks to Mr. Abdullah Bey, and also my thanks and appreciation go to my dear brother, Mr. Bo Kokwe. I listened to his story, and it's just something that is similar to mine. But again, I would like to appreciate each and every one of you for the opportunity given to me. Again, my name is Alpha G. Gray, and it's a privilege being with you tonight from our end. And so, I'm a young Liberian citizen, very passionate about growth, very passionate about the economic growth and development of the Republic of Liberia. Somebody who is dedicated to patriotism and nationalism. I'm committed to ensuring that in my generation, my country, Liberia, can become one of the most developed countries, not just in Africa, but the entire world. I was born in Liberia. I lived all my life in Liberia. I went through struggles. I went through hardships. I went through difficulties. I was born to a mother who did not have the opportunity to go to school because of the traditional ethics and norms back then that women do not need to go to school. They just need to remain at home and take care of the man, take care of the home, take care of the children. And so my mother didn't have the opportunity to have access to quality secondary, neither tertiary education. But then she understood the power of education and she knew the benefit that it brings to any individual of any sovereign nation. And so my mother utilized her strength, she utilized her her life, she utilized her power, her potential in every given way to educate me and my other siblings. And so I graduated from elementary school as the valedictorian. I graduated from high school also as a valedictorian, and I had the opportunity to attend the University of Liberia, where I obtained my tertiary education and graduated with a BSc degree in biomedical science. But I had the opportunity to work in the public sector after I left the private sector. I'm a former classroom instructor, and I had the opportunity in 2020 to have been appointed as the public relations officer of the Moorish City Corporation under the then lordship of Honorable Jefferson Koji. And then I served the institution with distinction, with commitment, with passion. Like I said, I'm committed to see my country, Liberia, becoming one of the most developed countries in the world, not just Africa alone. But unfortunately, on August 13th, 2024, I experienced one of the most insulting moments of my life. Before that day, August 13th, the Civil Service Agency under the directorate of Mr. Josiah Jukai held a press conference and he instructed directly the mayor of the city of Monrovia, current mayor now John Charu Safar, to automatically relieve non-city employees who were dedicated to promoting the growth and development of the country. And amongst these non-employees, Alpha G. Gray, who is speaking to you tonight, was one of the non-employees who were unlawfully, unjustifiably relieved of his service at the Moorish City Corporation. Reason behind that action was being motivated politically. And that political motivation came as a result of my political stance, my national stance against the government. I questioned why the government was being endangering the lives of the ordinary people of the country. I questioned the government on the way in which they were handling the shape of affairs of the state. I questioned the government on why the national state security forces were being used as a political tool to ensure that they execute state-sanctioned violence against people who disagreed with them. I also questioned the government on their constitutional delinquency. I also questioned the government on why human rights violations continue to plague the country. And then based on these reasons and based on my political affiliation, I was unlawfully, unjustifiably dismissed from the city government. I did not undergo due process as enshrined in the Constitution of Liberia. Every citizen of the country is entitled to due process. So when an individual is being accused of any action, that individual has the right to undergo due process. I wasn't given due process. As per the HR policy of the Moorish City government, that is the Moorish City Corporation, when an employee is into an action or activity that contravenes the operations of the institution, what the HR office does is that you issue a warning letter to that employee, reminding him or her about his or her role and that the harm that it causes to the institution based on the action. But unfortunately, I was not communicated to by the Human Resource Director, neither any other office of the Moorish City Corporation. I wasn't communicated to verbally or through written communication. I did not receive any form of disciplinary action at MCC because I was always going to job on time. I was always executing my duties and responsibilities to the best of my ability. But unfortunately, after the instruction came from Mr. Josiah Joka, the mayor of the city of Morville did not hesitate. Immediately, I was caught and I was served a letter of dismissal. In that particular communication, the mayor the mayor said that I was engaged into a dangerous social media campaign that was targeting the president and also other senior government officials. But that communication did not say that I was served warning letter prior to that particular event, nothing of such. And then the letter also contravened the first paragraph of the communication that was served to me. They stated the Decent Work Act, but they failed to realize that there's certain provision within the Decent Work Act that was replaced in the former administration. So that particular communication was like a political position taken by the government based on our stance against the particular government. So I received the communication. I had the decision to actually take the government to tax. But again, the government is the one presiding over the state. When I decided to sue the government in a court of competent jurisdiction, unfortunately for me, I felt that I would lose the case because the same government has already weaponized judicial institutions. The same government has also weaponized state security institutions. So after taking the government to tax by law, it means that you are going to stand before the very government that politically persecuted you. So I thought it was that I will not take that step, but I will continue to stand for my right. I will continue to fight for my right, and I will continue to challenge the government on the basis of the shape of affairs of the country. And then after that particular effect to the communication that was served to me, I started to receive series of threats from supporters of the government, people who support the government, people who are currently working in the government, supporting the regime. They continue to come after my life. And make no mistake, I had to dismiss my initial community that I lived. I left that community because I was attacked on several occasions. And I'm a very young man. I have so many people looking up to me for direction. I have my beloved mother, like I said, who didn't have the opportunity to go to school. And she educated me because she wants me to give her the life that she did not have the opportunity to live. So I cannot remain in a country of equal citizenship and then my life is threatened 100% and I remain in that particular area. So I escaped the community. I moved to another community. But again, the country is being plagued by political electrifying moments. There are people who support the government and they are deployed everywhere. Some of these people, they are specifically assigned to you. Once you are a critical voice, they are specifically assigned to you, and the only role or duty is to report everything that you do in line with your daily life. So when I moved to the new community, I had people who were also telling me. And then what made me more afraid is the fact that state security forces under the National Security Agency and the Liberia National Police, they assigned them to me because the government thought that I was being more robust. Regardless of the unlawful dismissal, in fact, it gave me more courage. It motivated me more to even stand up against the government in terms of corruption, in terms of financial malfeasance, in terms of extrajudicial killing, in terms of constitutional delinquency. The government continued to deteriorate the country and plug the country back to the dark days. And so I was being more robust and continued to question them on the shape of affairs of the country. So the National Security Agency continued to come after me. They tried on several occasions to hack my phone, to monitor my conversation, monitor my text messages, monitor my frequent calls, monitor my social media handles. And there are people who work in the government who do not even identify with me simply because they feel that the government has already blacklisted me. And so, for fear of my life, I decided to escape the country. But it was not an easy thing, Mr. Rahim Bey. It was not an easy thing. If you were in my shoes, Mr. Rahim Bey, I don't know. I don't know your level of courage, but probably you would have surrendered because it was very intense. Very, very intense. But with the help of the Almighty God, with the help of the Almighty Allah, I managed to escape the country overnight. I nearly got arrested at the Rivals International Airport Highway. I mean, at RIA Highway, I nearly got arrested. I lived in fear for my life. I was not even comfortable in my own country of equal citizenship. I don't socialize with my colleagues. I don't go to places. I don't even participate in activities. I don't, because I want to live. I'm a very young man. I want to live. I'm not in existence only for myself. I'm living because God gave me the opportunity to live. And this life I'm living, I must be able to utilize it properly in accordance with God's will and be able to help my beloved mother who is struggling. I must be able to help my siblings who look up to me for direction. I'm the only person among my mother's children who had that opportunity to work in national government. And there are more than 9 persons who were surviving on my daily and monthly income. There are more than 9 persons. And then remember, before you take such a decision, you must be able to think not just of the individual that you are taking that decision against, but you must think of the people who look up to that individual for survival. So you took my daily bread away from me. It means that you have already shattered the life and the future of all of those more than 9 people who are looking up to me for direction. Today, I'm out of the country in an unknown terrain. And I have not had the opportunity to speak to my beloved mother. I have not had the opportunity to see my loved ones. I have not had the opportunity to see my siblings. I have not. I have been living in fear. I'm in tears 24/7. And thank God for people like you, that you have given a man like me the opportunity to explain my story, because I have not had such a platform, Mr. Rahim Bey. I have not had this platform. I reached out to people secretly to help me to where I am. Imagine being in a foreign country, Mr. Rahim Bey, being in a foreign country where you don't know anybody. It's only God that is keeping you alive. You don't have any source of income, no daily source of income, no monthly source of income. You are only surviving by the grace of the Almighty Allah. How do you feel? How do you feel, Mr. Rahim Bey? Put yourself in my shoes. If it were you, Mr. Rahim Bey, I'm speaking to you with tears in my eye, and unfortunately, I cannot turn the video. I'm a man, Mr. Rahim Bey. Imagine a man, you sharing tears. You don't have source of income. You have people looking up to you for direction, Mr. Rahim Bey. I was chased after in our country. They nearly arrested me in our country. I escaped because I knew had they arrested me, Mr. B, trust me, they would have executed me. I know what the embassy is capable of doing. They would have executed me before people. The news would just hit the country. Alpha Gray has been arrested by the NSA or the Liberian National Police. The media will just carry the breaking news. They will carry the sensational headline, Mr. B. But after 3 days, what happens to me in the cell? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You can be in police custody and they inject you with something very dangerous. You can be in custody of the National Security Agency and they inject you with something very dangerous. And based on probably the sensational headlines, okay, Alpha Gray, we have released the man. After that, trust me, Mr. Rahim, you will keep getting sick. Every week you get sick. That sickness can never be cured. That's because they have already tampered with you while you were in custody. So based on these things, I prayed to the Almighty God. I got on my knees and I said, God, if I remain in this country, I won't survive. So please help me in every way possible you can. I am taking just 3 trousers, 3 shirts. I will place them in this bag along with my Bible as I'm moving as my weapon. So you should be the one to guide me. Be at my back,
be at my front, be at my left, be at my right, and be above me. Direct me anywhere you feel I can be. Let me go there. Once I can be safe, let me arrive to that destination. And then I escaped the country. I did not pass through airport. I did not pass through seaport. I did not pass through border. Imagine a man who cannot even swim, Mr. Rahim. I'm one person who is afraid of water. I don't swim. I don't know how to swim, but I had to get in kingdom, Mr. Rahim. I got in kingdom and I left Liberia. I spent hours in kingdom over the water, traveling from Liberia to a neighboring country. And today, with the help of the Almighty God, with the grace and favor of the Almighty God, I am in a nearby African country where I am currently struggling with life. And as I use this platform, Mr. Rahim, I would like to speak to your heart, to your conscience, Mr. Rahim. Mr. Abdullah B, I would also like to speak to your conscience. Madam Wilson, I'm also speaking to your conscience. Mr. Prince Sherry, I'm also speaking to your conscience. Please, this is my last opportunity. This is my last opportunity. Whatever means you can, use that means to come to my assistance. Use that means to come to my aid. Any way you can help me, come to my aid. I'm struggling in this place. I don't have food to eat, but it's God. Sometimes I go to people who are nearby and just tell them that, look, I haven't eaten since day. Please help me in whatever way. Just give me what you can. They gave me little food and I survived on that. This is not the kind of life I need to live. This is not the kind of life. This is not the kind of life. Away from home, your own country, you don't talk to your family, you don't see them, and you're begging neighbors for food. This is not the kind of life I want to live. Please, this is not a life. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be treated in this form and manner. I am here. And I tell God, thank you that people like you have given me this opportunity. In fact, I didn't even to be frank. People like you have given me this opportunity. Borrowing from people, I don't have clothes to wear. I don't have anything. I don't have anything. How do you think I'm going to survive here? So please come to my aid. And say, God, thank you that I'm out of Liberia. I am out of Liberia. Liberia is not safe. There are other people who are going through similar situation in Liberia. When you help people like us, these people will have the hope. They will have the hope that when people like Alpha Gray, when people like Bob Kwekwe can survive this situation with the help of Mr. Rahim Bey, with the help of Mr. Abdullah Bey, with the help of Dr. Wizisko, with the help of Mr. Prince Sherry, then it means that people like us can get the courage. We can muster that courage. We can muster that courage. People in Liberia cannot speak against the regime simply because they fear being dead. People cannot speak against the regime. When the regime is engaging into mass corruption, people cannot speak up because they will lose their job. They will be targeted. Their families will be targeted. So nobody can speak against the regime. And I tell you this, after that situation, the United States government condemned the action of the government. The United States, the State Department came up with a report. And that particular human rights report highlighted our situation. That alone tells you, Mr. Bey, to what extent that situation reached the heart of people on the international stage. Please, I am appealing to you using this situation. This is my first and last opportunity. I may not have this opportunity to speak to you again. So I'm speaking to your heart and your soul and your conscience to come to my aid. Whatever way you can help me, please come to my aid. It's not easy. It's not easy. I'm a university graduate. I was fearing to become a medical doctor and a medical scientist. Today, my whole future has been shattered. I lost schooling opportunities because of that particular situation. Imagine a whole government is terming you as a dangerous individual to the state, and then the government blacklisted you. That alone is not easy. There is absolutely no private institution that can accept people like us to work with them, because it's not that we are not qualified, it's not that we are not competent, but when these institutions gave us the opportunity to work with them, the government will shut down doing business with them. The government will not do business with them. The government will blacklist them. So this is to what extent this situation has reached. Please, Mr. Abdullah Bey, Mr. Rahim Bey, please, Mr. Prince Sharif, Dr. Scott, I'm calling on you guys, please come to my assistance. It's not easy here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and I look forward to hearing from you. My email is open. My line is open. Any way you can help, even if you cannot get me, please. I know that you can get through Mr. Prince Sharif. I know that you can get through Madam Mary Scott Wilson. Please, any of them you can reach out to by whatever means you can to help me. Please do that for the sake of the Almighty God, for the sake of your own conscience. Thank you ever so much for the opportunity. Thank you once more, and I look forward to a brighter future ahead after this regime shall have left power. Thank you.
Um,
Prince,
you are more than welcome,
you
my
had
brother.
You're welcome. You are welcome. I'm just speechless. Like,
My heart, my soul, and my conscience has received your message. I've heard and witnessed many injustices in my life, and but when I read the three of you brothers in the situation, and I'm not saying that one is more important than the other, but it really touched my heart, and to actually hear you speak on these issues and how serious and what you're dealing with, I don't know. I could only imagine how it affects you mentally, emotionally. Financially is another thing, but mentally and emotionally, not only yourself, your family, the traumas that you deal with, I can only imagine. So I know that I speak for myself and probably my team also. I know after this, we will resume and we will put our heads together and figure out as much as we can do for you and the other brothers and everyone else that's dealing with injustices there in Liberia. But pardon, Empress, I didn't mean to cut you. Prophetess, you have the floor.
I, I, mm, mhm. Well, this is why. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clear.
Yes, yes,
All right.
getting you.
This is why we do what we do. Um, you know, my passion for my country, I don't know how to express it or say it louder, but these are some of the reasons I keep helping and fighting positively to help my country to become great. Um, Hearing your story, observing some of the ill against human rights that is going on in Liberia, it hurts my heart every day. It breaks me. I'm a little bit emotional hearing him, hearing the others, and knowing some of the things. They are just a few. Others are in my inbox. Others that I know the true story. Others, Liberia need help. Liberia need help. I'm gonna join the rest of you guys now. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be real. This is me. I'm gonna be real right now. I'm gonna join the rest of you guys to do whatever we need to do to stop the injustice in my country. I call Liberia Mama Liberia. Liberia is my process country. I want the best for her. It breaks my heart to know that other hearts are being hurt. Others are being treated wrongly. And people are afraid for their lives. I'm a little bit tough, but right now, I don't know. You got me, Afra. You got me. You already got me. I'm sorry. You got me. To the international community, I'm appealing to all human rights advocates out there, social justice activists, United Nations, everyone that can help. Please help my priceless Mama Liberia. We are the voice for the voiceless. And I want my country to be great. I want citizens of Liberia to live free, to be able to exercise their constitutional rights. I want them, they have it's equal rights. No other human being is better than the next. Enough is enough. These three young men, they are 9. But these 3 young men, we heard the story. And the other one, we know the story. We had clips of all of them, videos of all of them. If they are committed any crime, why isn't it now? Why can't they call them to for questioning before they have to be threatened? Their lives have been threatened that they can. Even if they call them now, who will want to turn themselves in? Let's be for real. If you already been threatened, will you think anyone in the right mind would want to leave exile and come and say, yes, let me go through the justice system? They already been targeted. They have family who are isolated themselves from them because they're afraid that if they are connected to them, they too will lose their job. They will be targeted. This is so wrong. We cannot stop here. Like I always say, we are waiting to work with every government. We want to work with every government. But you cannot sit down and see injustice being done. And you allow it to be as if it's normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. We need to look out into these cases and help people. And those that are out there, like you said, this would be your last. With God Almighty on your side, it will not be your last. I rebuke that. They will not be your lives. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You will come back again for your voice to be heard. You will come back because anything that happened to any of you now, the government will be held accountable. So I know nothing will happen to you guys. They will be here because they already know you guys are afraid for your lives. We want our country to be great. To my government of Liberia, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Help your citizens. The citizen was the one that brought you guys into office. They're the one make you to be the way you are. Do the right thing for your citizens. People shouldn't be afraid of their lives, running away from their own homeland. Nowhere else will welcome them than Liberia. They're just barely making it. It's only 3 of them we heard. What's about the rest that others haven't heard out like this? What's about the rest of the 9? What happened to those ones? This is only 3 we heard. I rest for now.
Uh, Prince, you put information on how to get donation to you. I'm in the chat. Uh, you want to put that? It's in the chat, and also give people that verbal information.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, Prince, please
Definitely.
do. Prince, please do.
Yeah, it's in the
Prince,
chat.
let me come in for a minute, please. And
Go ahead.
just so you guys are aware out there,
All right.
any contribution, any donation, continue to reach out to Prince. He's under the Palava Hut. He is part of this network. We are all working in collaboration. So any contribution, anything for our brothers that we heard their voices, and we're bringing other people out, you can reach out to Prince. Thank you.
Yeah, our brother Abdullah and brother Rahim, the story is touching.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
It is unfortunate that these things are happening, that people fundamental rights have been trampled upon. And the only place that we can get our story to be told is on this platform. The only people we believe that can listen to these people are you people. The only people who understand what these people are going through are you people. The only people who have a physical interaction with pains and suffering are you people on this platform. This is not theory.
Yeah.
This is practical life that these people are going through. To just give you an example of how brutal the system is in Liberia currently, a certain lawmaker or representative, he spoke against the ills in society and he was removed from power. He was removed because he spoke against ills. He was removed. A sitting speaker, speaker of the House of Representatives, he spoke against the ills in society and called for accountability, and he was removed. This is just a fragment of what our people are going through. The United States of America spent on an annual basis 160 million, 160 million for the promotion of rule of law in Liberia. But unfortunately, you are listening to the story of these people. Don't they have the right to live?
Mm-hmm.
Don't they have the right to live in their own country?
Mm-hmm.
Should they be like, oh God,
It is. It's hard. It's hard.
I'm sorry, but this is why? What crime have they committed? What crime? Is it a crime to speak against ills in society? Is it a crime to call your government to provide job? Is it a crime to call your government to protect you as a citizen? That today these people have been ostracized from their own society? That today these people can no longer associate in the open because someone will take away their life? We want to use this time to call on the United States of America.
Yes. So true.
These people who are committing these acts, they have families that are residing in the United States. They have their children residing here in the United States. Their children are enjoying the comfort, the peace, and security in this country while they are terrorizing other people in Liberia. Look at a young man who left his two kids in Liberia and cannot even talk to them because they are going to trace his phone. Government is going to trace his phone. I'm just imagine those of us who came here legally, to the United States. Sometimes we even sit and miss our family back home, even though we have the opportunity to talk to them, on a daily basis. No one is hunting us. But just imagine, sometimes we feel so lonely. Sometimes we just want to be back home. Then imagine someone who was chased out of his home, land, place he called his home, where he grew up, the only place that he understands. Today, he's been hunted like a hunter in a forest looking for meat. It reminds me of the ancient days where our people survive on farming or hunting, where they have to go in the bush and hunt for, animals in order to get those skins and put it on them. That's how these people have been hunted in their own country, that they have to run away. No one deserves this pain and this agony that they are going through. No one should be forced to leave your home, where you refer to as your land, only because You've been targeted by government. And Brother Rahim and Brother Abdullah, maybe you may not know that especially Liberia with the kind of system that we're talking about, the kind of system of government, is terrible. A system where the president can say to the Supreme Court that I will not respect your law. I will not respect what you say. What I want is what is going to happen. This is what's happening in Liberia. The only place that is supposed to protect the common people is the Supreme Court, as far as we know. The court is the place that should be justice. The court does not look at your color. It does not look at your education system. It does not look at who you are associated with. But unfortunately, the courts have been compromised to the extent that people cannot get justice no more. Don't believe what I'm saying. Look at the US report, the United States Department report on human rights, 24 Liberia. I just put the in the place. They talk about extrajudiciary killings in our country. Liberia is bleeding. A land that was considered as a land of freedom, a land of liberty, a place where other people will come from other African nations to go to seek peace. Today, that land is bleeding. And the people who are committing these crimes, they are government officials. They have their children here, they have their family here, they have properties, but yet they are back home in Liberia terrorizing other people. These people need your intervention. Whoever that is listening to them, they need your intervention. And the only place that their voice or their voices can be amplified is on this platform. The only people who will be willing to understand, to hear them out, and to speak for them is on this platform. And that's why all of us have come here to appeal to the word, to appeal to human rights advocates around the world, in the United States, to please intervene. They are vulnerable. Imagine you fighting or you running away from a government that has everything. I mean, these are just, can be looked at as just, I'm sorry to say, but they are just like macroorganism. I mean, you can't hide from a government. These people have money, they have connections, they can get to you anywhere. I don't know if within the next 1 week, if these people will still be in the condition that they are in, because you are talking about a government who can pay people from any part of the world to harm them. I don't know whether within the next few days, whether they will still be in the condition that they're in. I don't know. But it's terrible. It's dangerous. That's why we are calling on the word to help. Liberia is gradually declining. No longer that nation that people can take pride in. This is not politics. This is reality. It has nothing to do with politics. It has all to do with the basic rights of people. And again, I just want to say thanks, Ambassador Rahim, and that of Abdullah, for giving us the opportunity to use this platform so that the world can listen to these people, so that the world can listen to the story of Liberia. In subsequent time, we might be engaging lawmakers of the United States of America. We might be carrying our petition to these people. And we need your help. We need your support. In whatever way, your connections, your influence, those that you can talk to in the House of Rep, in the House of Senate, at Congress, we need your help. Because this is just a minute portion of what people are going through. The people that spoke is just a small portion of the stories that you will hear. There are many people who are afraid to talk because at the end of the day, if they talk, they will disappear. But thank you for giving these people an opportunity to air out their frustration and what they are going through. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Prince. Raheem, we're gonna it's 9 after. You
Yes.
wanna close out?
Yeah, let me just say a couple of words and we can close out. Human rights advocacy is not optional. As you can see from the stories that we just had today, it's necessary for survival. Because when the law is abused, the people must stand together. And we must stand united for human rights, injustice, transparency, and the rule of law. Because when law is abused, when governments fail the people must hold them accountable. And when fear is used to silence communities, courage must become our weapon. So because a nation cannot prosper where fear controls the people, where injustice is normalized, and where the voices of the people are ignored, so that time for silence is over. It's time for accountability. And the future of Liberia depends on courage of its people to stand together for justice, freedom, and human dignity. So I pose the question again, as I did in the beginning: how many more people must suffer before justice finally matters? And how many unlawful arrests, human rights violations, acts of police brutality, corruption, and abuse of power must be witnessed before we say enough is enough? I yield the floor.
Yes, definitely. We want to welcome anyone, others who are there's 9 altogether and so we can we definitely open to do this again. I really I was tearing up a little bit, so this is very touching.
Very.
Brother Hank, I want to thank you, for even giving us this even extended time.
Yes,
and
gratitude.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brother Hank. Thanks.
All right.
Well, we need to do a part 2.
Yes, part 2.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have you close it out, Raheem.
Well, again, I'd like to send our gratitude and praises to everyone that joined us this evening. Brother Alfred G. Gray, Brother Boy Kakai, and Fadai Masakoi. If I said the names wrong, forgive me. But I appreciate everyone that has tuned in. YouTube, Facebook, the African community, and our team at Global Justice, Peace, and Human Rights Advocacy Network. And Brother Prince, gratitude for your assistance and being there for us. Thank you again.
Thank you. Good night.
Peace, love, and light.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rahim Bey, and thank you to Mr. Abdullah Bey, Dr. Mary Rosen, and the rest. Thank you so much.